Okay, we have some fabulous live music later on, but right now, here's the kind I prefer.
What's up? This is your boy Styles in the house. WestCoastStyles.com, YouTube channel, the OG WCR. And man, we got a special guest in the house today, a lyrical legend, a beast. Man, some might even say the best on the West, you know? Man, we've got Kxng Crooked in the house. Crooked Eye. Man, let's get it cracking with Crooked Eye. We all here?
I'm here. Can you hear me? What's good?
All right. Crook,
What's
there
up,
he
man?
is. Man, and this is Nick Hamilton, my co-host today. He's going to be asking you some very dope questions. So Crook, man, I'm honored to have you here. You know, me and you go back a long time. You know,
Yes,
you even like started my career in this business. You know, back when West Coast Riders was just a page. You know, I was dropping audio music on the DPG Records forum, and they asked me to drop some audio for them. And the first thing I dropped for them was the West Coast of Nostra CD that you had released. And you know, nobody could find that CD because it wasn't online. You only had to go to certain select spots in LA. And I was in Burbank at the time, and it was right at the store in Burbank. And I was able to get it to do at West Coast Riders, and they dropped it as their first drop. And after that, they were like, Styles, come work for us. And you know, and that's how I got my start in this business, from your CD, you know, West Coast of Nostra. Man. And I know it pissed off somebody at Death Row. I know someone at Death Row was mad about it. But you know, hey, it was what it was. It got you some good exposure. And then we did that dope interview where you actually gave away a bottle of Cristal for a fan, and you know, so man, we got some good memories there, bro. And so I'm honored to have you.
Man, I'm happy to be here, dog. I never even knew.
Nick, why don't you get started with some questions, please?
Yeah, I'm
you guys
here.
There?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's rock and roll, Nick.
All right, man. So first of all, Crooked, man, thank you so much for joining us, man. I know you've been busy lately, wrapping up a lot of things. Especially you've done a lot of stuff in 2020, man. You've been really burning up the social media age, man, with the conversations and whatnot. But let's take it back. I want to rewind the track a little bit and take it back to the days when you grew up in Long Beach, man. And at what point did you decide that this was the lane that you were going to take as far as rap music and being a music artist and a creator?
Basically, man, since I was in elementary school, grade school, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in a music family, you know what I'm saying? My mom was a singer, and she used to write music and play music. So it was just in me, you know what I mean? So I already knew that I was going to do this, dog, at a very young age, you know what I'm saying? And I was dedicated at a young age and focused on this. I feel like I was born to be an MC, and, you know, whatever else happened to me in my life, that was just something that was, you know, happening at the moment. But it was always meant for me to be an MC. I just feel like that was written in stone for my life. You know what I mean? Absolutely, man. So it was recently revealed that your original rap name was Chili D. I think that sparked a lot of talk, and people were wondering where that came from. So in case people that haven't realized that, how did that name come about? How did you come up with the concept for that name before Crooked Eye? Chili D, man. I mean, basically, dog, I used to just absorb anything hip hop growing up. You know what I'm saying? Whether that was graffiti, breakdancing, popping, you know what I mean, rapping, DJing, just anything hip hop orient, I would just absorb it like a sponge. And when I was like 8 or 9, I went into the lab. My mom's and her twin sister, Charlene, rest in peace. They took me into the lab, and I did a song called The Controller. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first song that I ever recorded as a in the real studio. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I used to watch all the movies, Beat Street, you know what I'm saying, Breaking, Wild Style, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just seen these different rappers and different B-boys with monikers, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what's my name gonna be? You feel me? And I was like, you know, I felt like I was cold. I was cold with the graffiti. I was cold on the mic. So I was like, my name gonna be Chili D, you know what I'm saying? And you know, my first name was Dominic. So it just all made sense to me, man. And I just started on my notebooks, going to school, hitting up Chili D on my notebooks, hitting up Chili D on the spray paint on the walls, hitting up Chili D with the marker. You know what I'm saying? And just really becoming more and more trying to find myself in hip hop and how my journey began, and, you know, just soaking myself up with hip hop. But yeah, Chili D, he made his online, you know, debut the other day. And yeah, man, we had fun with it on Twitter. You know, shout out to the rap connoisseurs on Twitter. We always have fun, man. That's just it. You know,
absolutely. Absolutely. I did a little digging, Crooked, so I want you to see if you could take a look at this. You remember this poster here?
Yeah, man.
So let's talk a little bit about your early days, man, with Chucky Miller, man, and how you got introduced to the game, and what did he do for you as far as what did you learn from him and being around him?
Chucky Miller, you know, is a Long Beach. He's a pillar in the Long Beach community. Excuse me. He went to the league. You know what I'm saying? He played in the NFL, and came back, and he wanted to give back. You know what I mean, to the community. So he loved hip hop. He loved rap music. So he decided, you know, to start a label with his cousin, Leonard Russell, who was also in the NFL. And they took some of that money that they were earning and they invested it into a label called Muscle Records. And Muscle Records was my first time really getting an indie deal that felt major. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew Chucky. He used to throw parties around the city. So if anybody who's anybody, they know who Chuck is. You know what I'm saying? So he was very popular. And with that popularity came relationships that he was able to pass on to me, you know what I mean, to create music. Perhaps it's a producer, perhaps, you know, it's a rapper or somebody that he knows, you know what I mean, to collab with. Like, you know, he just had a lot of relationships, and yeah, man, they believed in me, man. And it's really a great part of my story because, you know, I was young, I was very poor. You know, we were struggling to make it. We was hustling nickel and diamond. And, you know, to have somebody that made it to the NFL believe in your talent. They built the studio on the east side of Long Beach. They painted my face real big on the wall. I felt like all the days of me rapping in my mom's mirror in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, at my mama's house, I felt like it was finally paying off when I got to Muscle Records. And that particular sticker right there, "Who the fuck is Crooked Eye?" It's a campaign that we went on around the whole city, plastering up those stickers everywhere, trying to get people to talk, you know what I'm saying, about me. And just on the streets with the marketing, guerrilla marketing, you know, a lot of people now, they use the internet to do all their marketing. I still believe you have to touch the people. You have to get in the streets. And we was doing it early, man. Shouts out to Carlos, man. Carlos designed that. He's over at Lexani right now, top executive. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing. Shouts out to Carlos. It's always good to see those guys that we all started out together with. You know, you brought a lot of memories back with that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, you talk about Chucky Miller, his influence in Long Beach and his influence just in the community itself. And for him to see you and to see the talent in you, you know, speaks volumes. And another individual that I want to talk about that also saw talent in you early on was Big C Style, who was, you know, one of the co-founders of the Dog Pound. So how did you and Big C Style get together? And then how did that relationship continue to flourish?
Big C Style, man, we always ran into each other, you know what I'm saying? And passing through different music type of things going on in the city when I was young. And I think I did a show with Trey D. Trey D was like fresh out, I think. And we did a show, man. This is way back, early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Early to mid 90s. And we did a show at the Ebell Theater. And you know, I got busy, man. You know what I'm saying? I was hungry. You know, I was really on top of my game, man, because I wanted out. I wanted out of my situation. I wanted to help my moms out. I wanted to help my family out. And I took it very seriously. So I got up there, well rehearsed, well prepared, and really did what I had to do. So that made a statement that day at that show. And my name started buzzing around Long Beach. Chuck had Snoop come through. At the studio on the east side. Yep, Chuck brought Snoop, had Snoop fall through. Snoop brought Big C Style with him to the studio. You know what I mean? And rest in peace, Nate was there. I believe Warren was there. Corrupt. I think like the Dog Pound was there. You know what I'm saying? If my memory serves me correctly, because we had a cipher.
Oh,
you know
okay.
I mean? Yeah, we had a cipher, and I was like, "Yo, Snoop, you know, he pulled up in the Suburban, brand new. He got his name and logo in the carpet and inside the truck. You know what I mean? He got the St. Ides logo on there too. You know what I mean? Because St. Ides had bought him a truck, a Suburban. You know what I'm saying? So he moved it through like we like, damn, this is lit. You know, we young, man, hungry. He on top of the game. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was a moment for me. So, you know, when they start ciphering, I was like, oh, I can't drop the ball here.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I need to show people, you know, everything that I got. So I went in there and probably did 50, 60 bars nonstop, just going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I could see people reacting like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So I kept going. And you know, they left. And I felt good, like, you know, me and Chuck, yeah, you know, we felt like, yo, that was hard, that was dope, you know, all that. Well, later on down the line, long story short, when they were leaving, C-Style told me that day that they left the studio, Snoop told him, if you wanna be real successful in this game, get involved with Crooked I's career, because C-Style was starting to manage different people around the city. You know what I'm saying? And he told me that Snoop's told him that, you know, that's another one that you need to fuck with. You know what I mean? And he took his advice. Yo, I was just walking down the block, me and my brother Dice, walking down Atlantic Avenue. You know, we ain't know what, we was actually on our way to Warren G's homie spot. He had a homie on King, on Martin Luther King, that boulevard that used to make beats. It was where was we going, dog? Because I like to remember the names and give people all their credit, because everybody helped me along the way somehow. You know what I'm saying? I know Fudge Loaf was one of them. I know B-Tip was there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And what's my other guy, man? It'll come Keith Clizzard. Yeah, Keith Clizzard.
Oh, shout out to Keith Clizzard.
Yeah, shout out to Keith Clizzard. So we was on our way over there because I had talked to B-Tip and Keith, and they was like, fall through, we gonna do some stuff for Warren. And I was like, oh, I'm there. So we walking. We ain't got no car. We ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? We stepping, we belling. I'm probably like 18, 19 right now, you know, and I'm like moving, me and my brother Dice, and a green Camry pull up, and it's C-Style and LT Hutton. And LT Hutton is a young dude, you know what I mean? For those who don't know, LT Hutton is the executive producer of the last Tupac biopic that came out, and he's also a well-credited producer. You know, he's produced for Ashanti, Snoop Dogg, like his resume is thick. But at this moment in time, he was just trying to get a two-piece at churches. He ain't had, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that going on, you know what I'm saying? So when they pulled up on us, it was like, hey, Crook, we doing a motherfucking compilation right now. We need you to come on, man. We going to Sound Castle Studios. I was like, oh, okay. It was like, yeah, we gonna put you on. I was like, damn, I'm on my way over here to fuck with this shit. And he was like, oh man, we about to wrap this compilation up. If you don't get on it, you might miss out. And it's coming out. I was like, damn, it's coming out. Cause you know, back then, if you was gonna have something that's coming out into Sam Goody, all that, then that means leveling up. So I jumped in the car, me and Dice, and we skirted out. And you know, they was working on something called the 19th Street compilation. And it was halfway done. So I asked out, I said, hey, how many songs can I get on? And he was like, however many you want to. So I just rapped on damn near all of them that day. You know what I'm saying? I ended up on like 9 to 10 songs. You know what I'm saying? Because the hunger was there. So that's how me and C-Style started rocking. And a lot of people in the industry, y'all hear us talk about these names. You hear Lil C-Style, you know, Free Lil C-Style. You hear Daz, you know, cruising down low in a green 6'4", busting freestyles, a Lil C-Style and all this. You saw Big C-Style turn into the dog on, you know, on Snoop Dogg's video where the dude's morphing in the dog. You seen him pushing Snoop out in the wheelchair and his, you know, his classic performance, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to know the history on these kind of guys, because these guys who are kind of in the background, in the shadows, these guys really pushed a lot of buttons. And they helped a lot of careers along. They might have been the ones who gave Snoop that ride to go see Dr. Dre and dropped him off. You know what I'm saying? And the rest was history. Like, we got to really start saluting those guys in the background that pushed a lot of buttons. And Big C-Style pushed a lot of buttons.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Big C-Style, man. He, to me, is one of the most powerful, influential guys in the business. I mean, the guy, you when you talk to him, I can't wait to hear his story. We've heard a lot of different sides and a lot of different stories, but I can't wait to hear. It's two guys I want to hear. That's DOC side and that's Big C-Style side, because I really feel like they don't get the proper eyeballs that they should get. And shout out to B-Tip too, man. He definitely another influential brother in the game. So I want to take you back also, because you did. I don't know if you remember this, but you were on a video and you were inside, I believe, VIP Records at the time. And you held up the Chronic album, was vinyl, and you said, this is the album that put my city on the map. How did that feel when you saw the Chronic album and you saw what the ripple effects, obviously, you know, morphing into Doggy Style and Murder Was a Case and Dog Food and just really opening up the doors for Long Beach as a whole as far as the music scene goes?
It was amazing, bro. It was amazing because, you know, Compton was out there. You know what I'm saying? Ice-T and them, South Central LA, you know what I mean? Going hard, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, when is Long Beach gonna get in there? You know, we had TFA, we had radio, you know what I'm saying? We had, you know, Domino and them on the Banging on Wax and things of that nature. You feel me? And it was like, damn, when is Long Beach gonna really sit at the table? And lo and behold, man, it's crazy because I had went to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I was like, I think I was like 15 or something like that, 16, whatever. And I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Deep Cover dropped, and I was like, I said, is that? You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't, my head was blown, man. It was blown because I never seen somebody from Long Beach in a major video before starring in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, all the people that was around me was East Coasters. So they had a real heavy love for East Coast hip hop, but they couldn't front on this Deep Cover. It was so hard that everywhere we went to parties, house parties, functions, it was banging. I'm in the snow wearing trench coat, bubble goose, you know what I'm saying? Being on a West Coaster though, and I'm in there and they bumping Deep Cover. And I'm watching him just ripple up, Snoop Dogg, and become a major, you know, player. And it just blew my mind, dog. They was playing that. They was playing at the same time. They was playing a couple other joints, but Deep Cover was like in heavy rotation. So, you know, I jumped on the plane I came back to Cali like, yo, it's on. We wasted no time out there. It was another thing too, the homie Paperboy. Shout out to Paperboy, man.
Yeah.
My cousin Sauce, him and Paperboy is real. They've been tight for forever. You know what I'm saying? So Paperboy was on too. And when he dropped Diddy, that was it. I seen Deep Cover and I seen Diddy. And I was like, I'm out of here. I gotta go home. You know what I'm saying? So had a big impact on me to see that, dog. And then to come back home and be on Atlantic and Hill every day, you know what I'm saying, hanging out with my homies, and to see Snoop glide through, you know what I'm saying, chunk the deuces out of a whip, you know what I mean, and just be like, damn, that's dog right there, you know what I mean? And that people probably will never understand that exact feeling if they're not from Long Beach. You know, just like if somebody from Brooklyn, you know, and they come up and they real hungry, you know, and Big pull out in the Beamer and they see Big, you get a Biggie spot and, you know, like, oh shit, that was Big right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You see, you hungry, you want it. You've been talking about this rap all day. You sitting on the corner, homies passing blunts, drinking. I'm eating the bean pie and boom, Snoop passed by, chuck the deuces out of a brand new whip. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh shit, that's dog. Like, dog, we gonna make it one day. Fuck that, we gonna be up there too. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? It just gives energy. So he provided us with a lot of motivation over the years, and I hope he understands that. That's something I hope he really understands. That yo, when times was down for us, and you didn't even have to say no words to us, what you accomplished, and just creeping down that block and rolling that window down and chucking up the deuces, you gave us more motivation to keep pursuing our dreams. That's simple. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he understands that, because a lot of people in the city might say, oh, he don't do enough for the city. Snoop don't do enough for the city. You know, I hear that kind of talk when I'm in the city like that. So what they got to understand is he does a lot for the city. First of all, if there's many a times that I wanted to give up, you know what I'm saying? But his example allowed me to keep going. Now, there's a lot of people's energies and motivations that I've drawn from over the years, but he's definitely one of them. So if it happened to me, I know it happened to others. And, you know, we're not going to talk about everybody he rapped with. He rapped with a lot of people, dog. Like, I love the homies, man. And I love my city. You know, and I'm not here to cause division. I'm here to create unity. I want the homies to understand that when you in a position like Snoop and you jump on a record with a cat that's on his come up, that's big. Even if that record don't go platinum or don't go gold or don't stream 100 million, it's still big because he is solidified in the game. And people respect his stamp. So if he say, hey, I think y'all should look at this dude, now it's on you to go out there and go hard. You know what I'm saying? He did his part. He came through. He showed up. He did music. He collabed. He did it with a lot of people in the city, man. And I just want those in the mindset that he has to continue to do more. I want those in the mindset to consider all he's done. Look at his resume. From the East Siders to the Long Beach movement, to, you know, my career, to the LBC crew, to Warren, and, you know, they came up together, but, you know, he still was instrumental in certain things, certain areas, and Warren was too, flat out. I just want the homies who be feeling like, because I felt like that before. I felt like, damn, dog, I know all these famous guys, man, and they won't give me a shot on the soundtrack, or, you know, why come they didn't holler at me to be on Murder Was the Case? You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. You know, why they ain't talk to me about being on, you know, whatever. I used to feel like that too, but I had to come out of that mindset. I had to understand that, show gratitude for whatever is happening, first and foremost. And secondly, nobody's in your way. Go out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? Go get it. And when you ringing bells, they'll pick that phone up. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know, so we got to get out of the mindset that, you know, people owe this and owe that. It's like, dog, he got at least, and I'm gonna stop, but he got at least, he was instrumental in at least Snoop Dogg, at least 15 major record deals coming to the city of Long Beach at one time. He was so hot that you could walk into a major label and say, "What's happening? I'm from Long Beach," and they'll be like, "Yo, let's talk." That simple. Without hearing no music, without seeing you on stage, nothing. Snoop did that. You feel me? So if we gonna talk about things that we don't agree with, then we need to also uplift the things that he did to open the doors for people, man. So yeah, man. I don't know how I got on that rant, but you know, I just had to do it.
You know what, Crook? It was needed, man. I think a lot of people need to hear that, man, because those were powerful words. And I don't think people really realize the impact that he's had, not just in music, but being the iconic person that he is, being instrumental, because he didn't have to do anything. He could have just looked out for Snoop Dogg and that, okay, I'm cool, I'm on.
Yeah.
But he extended his hand, man. And I thought that was, I think people really miss out on that. So I'm glad you were able to speak on that, man, and speak your piece on that, because that was very imperative as far as hip hop is concerned, man. And then, you know, you talked about Snoop doing a lot of things, but you yourself have been instrumental in other people's careers too. I mean, you talk about the Horseshoe Gang with your brothers, man, who are deadly lyrical. Man, I'm sorry. I listen, when I listen to their album, I'm like, okay, I got the thesaurus right here, I got the dictionary right here. All right, let's get into it. I know the beats are gonna be banging. So how were you able to cultivate, you know, that relationship as far as making sure that the Horseshoe Gang gets their shine and still continue to, you know, elevate your career at the same time?
I just gotta do it, dog. It's my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just really, I don't understand anything other than that. You know what I'm saying? It's my family, man. They want to rap. They want to be in this game. They want to get their music out to the world, and I gotta help them. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. You know, but and it ain't like, it's funny because the first time Eminem heard them rap, he was like, "Dog, I knew you rap with your brother sometimes, but I just thought, you know, that's your brother, so you know you rapping with him. Dog, I didn't know that the motherfuckers was this dope." You know what I'm saying? But and you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's like, you know, to see them blossom. I want to see them go get it, because a lot of times I know they feel like they was born in the wrong era. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the things that I got rewarded for over the years, they get a struggle. They having a struggle with, you know, lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Being very in tune with the history of hip hop, respecting the art form and shit like that. All those things aren't necessarily rewarded like they should be. You know, so I see that with them, how they struggling. Because if they would have came out in my day, dog, we wouldn't even be. It'd be a whole nother story. You feel me? But
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's all good, because we come from the era where if you wasn't spitting some hot shit, we gonna say, "Hey man, you gotta come out the booth, bro. Try to rewrite that, or you know, try to fix that, but that we're not gonna let you go out like that. You know, that's not that tight right there. What you doing? Nobody does that now. It's just go in there, do whatever the fuck you want, and that's a record, and it works. You can't really. I can't be mad. It's working for people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be the one to be like, "Hey, you making $1 million the wrong way." You know what I'm saying? So it's just is what it is. But when it comes to the Horseshoe, bro, they got it. I'm gonna support them all day. You know, we got other people in COB I try to touch and help out when I can. I organized some stuff, you know, in Long Beach. West Coast Riders was there, I believe. We did a little thing at the park on 7th Street, and I just organized all the Long Beach local rappers I knew and told them, meet me at the park. I'm bringing all the blog sites to the park to meet y'all. So, you know, they came out, yo, get their email that you can submit music to, you know, chop it up with them, develop a relationship with them, because I was tired of, you know, not seeing the presence of my city online. My thing is Long Beach, you know, we got as much to bring to the table as Brooklyn, you know, the Bronx, Queens, South Central Compton, you know what I'm saying? So I want to show that. I want to display that. So at any time, dog, like I rap with indie people, dog. This is my way of giving back. I did about 40 or 50 features this year with indie rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I do that every year. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I love to rap with independent, hungry artists, and hopefully, when they see me, when the blog site see their song with me, they'll be like, oh, well, let's check this guy out. He's on here with Crook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the way that I try to do me. But yeah, bro, we just gonna always pay it forward, man. That's just it. Like I got blessed, man, along my way. You know what I mean? Many times. So I'm just trying to give back as many. You know what I mean? That's it.
You were. I mean, you talk about being blessed, man. I mean, you've been in some really great situations at times. You really went through the business. I felt like when just watching your career blossom, you've always been a man that's been your own man. You've never been a person that says, okay, I'm gonna ride this way or that way because it's popular. You've always been created your own path. And that's one of the things I respected about you beyond the music. Absolutely. And, your time on Death Row Records when you signed with Suge Knight, obviously it was a controversial time. Suge being, getting out of prison at the time, trying to revamp, the Row Records at the time. Right. And then, you had your success, some success there. But how were you able to avoid all of the beef situation, all the disses, and then you still had a relationship with Dr. Dre?
I mean, dog, it's just like you said, man, it's about being yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what I tell the young artists. Be yourself. I don't care what environment you in. Always be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because people will respect you more. And, I didn't feel like Suge brought me over there. I used to tell Suge, I don't feel like you brought me over here to be a wind-up doll or a toy soldier. Just wind me up and I go dissing everybody in the world, whoever you point me at, you know what I'm saying? You brought me over here to make some dope music. And he would be like this. He'll have a Romeo and Juliet, though. This the Monte Cristo Platinum Series. He had a Romeo and Juliet, like, Crook, I can respect that. They gonna dish you for fucking with me, and that's when you gonna have to go attack their ass. I'll be like, all right, Suge, man, whatever you think. It came true sometimes. Sometimes people did diss me, or, sometimes I got into shit in the streets from my affiliation with Suge. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we were right about that. But more so than often, I just stay myself, bro. And I wasn't like a lot of the artists, producers, people would come around and they would switch up when they got on Death Row Records. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to blast out nobody or nothing like that.
Right.
They would switch. The personas, sometimes the behaviors, things would switch, and they thought that was what they should be doing. My idea was I'm bringing me to the table because there's no me over here. So that's my advantage. I can't come over here and switch up or be somebody else that was already here. I need to be myself. So I was myself in every situation. For instance, when I did the radio show and Eminem and Ja Rule and 50 Cent were beefing, and I was up there with Suge and Irv Gotti, and Ja Rule, they had just played the Ja Rule joint. I tell this story sometimes. They played the Ja Rule joint where he said some real crazy stuff about Eminem's daughter. And they were really just, they was pumping up that beef. It was beef. It was war. So, the host said, hey, Crook, since you the new face of Death Row, are you going to be on that same thing? Are you going to go out here and diss Eminem and Dr. Dre? And I said, nah. Everybody was sitting there. And I was like, nah. I was like, I don't got no personal beef with him. That ain't got nothing to really do with me. I said, I got love for her, Josh, Suge, but I don't even know what that's about. It's like, why would I jump in and inject myself into a beef that I have? And then I was like, plus, M won the coldest on the mic, and Dre is my favorite producer of all time. So they was real shocked that I would say Dre was my favorite producer of all time while Suge was there. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, that's just who I was. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Suge knew it. That's the reason why it wasn't nothing. I already told him, like, dog, you need to get back with Dre. He the hardest ever. You know what I'm saying? So I could have been young and just not giving a fuck, just like, hey, it is what it is. But I'm so glad that I did that because later on I found out that Dr. Dre was listening to the radio that night. You know what I'm saying? And he heard my words. So when I left death row, he picked up the phone and called me, and he told me, yo, I heard you that night. Every opportunity that they tried to give you to say something disrespectful about me, you never did. And he said, I fuck with you because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that was years before Slaughterhouse Shady. You feel me? So if I didn't, just say for instance, I would have said some wild shit to try to be impressive to the homies. How do I make my transition to Shady Aftermath in the future? It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because people got long memories in this game. So let me tell you, young artists, all you young guns out there, be careful what you say. I don't care if you're on Clubhouse. I don't care if you're on Twitter and Instagram. Be careful what you say about certain people. They got long memories in this game, and they will try their best to put up obstacles in your course so you won't make it. They'll blackball you. They'll try their best. Trust me on that. They'll go in rooms, close doors, and say things about you to try to stop deals, get contracts and paperwork off the table, stop checks from coming your way. So always mind your mouth when you're talking about certain people. And you know what I mean? You never know who's around, who's listening. And that day, Dr. Dre was listening, and the universe was like, yo, I'm going to put this in order. You know what I'm saying? And it happened.
That's major, man. That's major.
Wow.
That is major, because and one thing I noticed about you as your growth, you know, you started being more health conscious. I noticed you were doing things as far as, you know, sobriety, being more healthy food wise, and then I noticed one person that was always influential back in the day, which was the God rest her soul, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, when she was on death row. What did she mean to you? What did you learn from her from the health standpoint that helped you along where you are right now?
Man, she just introduced me to Sabian, Dr. Sabian, blew my mind as a youngster, you know. When she brought Dr. Sabi to Death Row Records, the stuff and the jewels and the knowledge she was kicking was fascinating. You know what I'm saying? I was real open to receiving knowledge and jewels since I was a kid. I used to hang with older people, you know what I mean? And I was never closed mind as a youngster to what somebody older than me was saying. You feel me? So I was always open. So when he came in there and he started talking about, you know, he could cure AIDS, I was blown away. Like, hey, hold up. How can you cure AIDS? And when he started telling me his processes and stuff like that, I was blown away. So, you know, keep in mind, he was old at this time. He was already about 60 something. He did a front flip right in the office. He was like, you think a man my age can do this? I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, damn. But he was dropping so many jewels, and Lisa brought him to the table because she understood, you know, holistic living and spirituality and numerology, and she was just on something otherworldly, you know, consciously. You feel me? And before then, you know, it's well documented. I was homeless at a point in my life, living in a bookstore. You know, and the bookstore was a conscious bookstore. They only had conscious books in there, like Stolen Legacy, and you know what I'm saying, the miseducation of the Negro, and you know, destruction of a Black civilization, and books like that. You know what I mean? So I was always open to consciousness and things like that. So when me and her really got along on that vibration, we could vibe like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we would build on that type of thing. But yeah, man, I feel like, you know, fast forward and rest her soul, you know, such a devastating thing to happen. You know what I mean? But she died protecting people. She died protecting people. She swerved into that tree because she had an SUV full of human lives that she didn't want to collide head on with the car that was coming head on to, you know, to collide with them. She swerved into that tree. Everybody in that SUV survived. She saved their life. You know what I'm saying? But you know, back to your point of health and hip hop, I just think it should be normalized. I think we should normalize, you know, health and hip hop. Like, this is the only thing that I do. This is it. And I don't even inhale. I'm like Bill Clinton when he said he didn't inhale. You know, and blow it out. You know what I'm saying? But this the only thing I do. I wake up in the morning, bro. I make a spinach, banana, sea moss smoothie. You know what I'm saying? I do my little stretches. I do a workout. You know what I mean? I sit around. I meditate for a little minute. I put on some meditation music with the right megahertz and vibrations. You know what I mean? So I can open my mind. And yeah, I live my life on a more healthier mission. I don't eat red meat right now. I'm not saying nothing about it. I don't judge nobody and what they're doing because I did it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I feel like, you know, I eat things healthy for my digestive system, and you know, I eat a lot of plant-based food. And yeah, dog, I just think it should be something that's cool. I shouldn't get 1,000,000 views or 1,000,000 people in my room on Instagram because I'm nodding off on motherfucking lean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm showing motherfuckers how many Percocets I'm popping. You know what I mean? That's what's lit. But if I put a fucking, you know, NutriBullet on the gram and start making my motherfucking smoothie, that's some corny shit. You know what I'm saying? They try to say life is corny and death is cool. You feel me? But it's not. You know what I mean? So I think we should normalize that and make people feel good about it. Like, dog, when I was having those AA meetings, those virtual AA meetings on my Instagram, dudes was coming in there crying tears, you know, telling their story about trying to fight these demons, man, these real demons. They trying to fight them for their children, you know, losing custody of their kids, not being able to come around their family, going to jail, hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? They fighting these demons that are attached to drugs and alcohol, and they really trying to shake it. They're trying to shake it, and they need to talk to people who are there for them and understand what they're going through. And dudes was like really shed tears, female, women too. And it's like, yo, this is some real shit right here. You know what I'm saying? We need to normalize this type of conversation in hip hop. Hip hop is here to uplift. Hip hop is here to spread knowledge. Hip hop is here to each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? It ain't here to destroy each other. It's here to uplift. So I just want to make sure that we make that cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need for it not to be, man, because we want to see the young go on, carry this art form in their way of life, period. You know, we just want to see them successful. So, yeah, we're going to normalize that. Shout out to Styles P. He always got his juice. He always talking about plants. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I mean? Especially coming from somebody who come from the streets. You know, I know sometimes it ain't easy to step up, you know, because people they're going to fuck with you. They're going to roast you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you eating salads. So my last motherfucking video called Hot Sauce with Family Business, I'm pouring hot sauce on my salad. Yeah, I'm eating salads, nigga.
Dig that. Well, you know, health is wealth, man. I'm glad you said that. We're on the verge of hearing about a alleged super group between, you know, Too Short, E40, Snoop Dogg, and Ice Cube. But before that, I want to talk about another super group, which I thought was incredible to bring together, which was yourself, Joe Buttons, Joel Ortiz, and Royce the 5'9". Can you talk a little bit of how that formulated, and will there be a Slaughterhouse reunion at some point? I know the fans want to know the answer to that question.
Man, sometimes I wish I had a remote control to them dudes, man. I could just say, yeah, you go rap, you go rap, you go rap, and I'll be there later. We gonna come in and make a new joint. You know what I'm saying? Because they, you know, it's just I'm only one person. I know the fans be wanting to hear it. I know Royce. I talk to Royce every day. I know Royce. Royce always down. Royce is an assassin. So, you know, you can't threaten him with a good time. You know what I'm saying? I know Joel. I spoke to Joel recently. Joel's with it, and Joe was speaking positive about, you know, the possibility. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be great. Everybody is in a different space now, mentally. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it will be something fresh and new. It will be a new version of Slaughterhouse. I want to hear what does that sound like? You know what I'm saying? What does Slaughterhouse sound like with Royce's Grammy-nominated album after a long time coming, him finally being recognized, but on his first effort as a producer, he produced the whole album. You feel me? And he got a Grammy nomination. What kind of energy is he on right now? Joe is making $100 million in fucking, rap media. What kind of energy is he on right now? You know what I'm saying? Joel Ortiz is over there in New York holding up the motherfucking Yank Fitted. He got the Yankee Fitted, barring out and growing, making songs about anxiety and just really displaying his growth as an artist. Man, listen, I don't just be talking, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my copy right here. You know what I'm saying? Joel Ortiz. But I'm saying, what does that sound like? You know what I'm saying? What does it sound like when we all combine our energy now that we're in different places in life? What does that sound like? I want to hear it, but I think I think we'll give the fans closure for sure. I'm not gonna say that there's gonna ever be a Slaughterhouse group effort to put out more and more and more albums. I don't see it that way. I see it as closure. Here's our offering to the fans. Sorry, Glass House didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Here's something dope for y'all to fuck with. And thanks for fucking with us. We out. You know what I'm saying? I see it more like that.
You talk about rap media, but man, let's not forget Chris Corner. Chris Corner has been influential. And let me tell you, the Eminem interview, I mean, you had some great interviews before that. I don't want to shortchange any interviews that you've done because I've enjoyed them. I'm not just saying this because I'm on here with you, but I've actually sat there and watched them. But the Eminem interview, that was like out of here. That was like on some, and we talk about Roddy Ricch being out of here. That was on some Roddy Ricch, like out of here type of stuff. What is your relationship with Eminem? And you've been hitting at another Eminem album, man. What's going on with that, Crook?
Yeah, I think the stands, man. I think the stands, they take every tweet that I tweet as Eminem about to drop something. You know what I'm saying? Like every single tweet. I think what it is, between I think it was Kamikaze and Music to Be Murdered By, I acted like I didn't know nothing. And then Music to Be Murdered By dropped, and I had a verse on there. I had a joint on there. So his fans came to me like, oh, hold up. You've been talking to us every day, and you never told us you was on that album. You know how to hold secrets. So now they think I'm holding these secrets, and they bombard me, and they think every tweet is some kind of cryptic message about Marshall. You know what I'm saying? But that's them over there doing the hints. That ain't me. They the ones, you know what I'm saying? I see B-side, Music to Be Murdered By, B-side posts from producers and all that. I mean, that's them dropping breadcrumbs. I don't know. That ain't me.
Okay.
I just know that Marshall is always working. He just keep working. You know what I'm saying? So I told his fans the other day, I was like, y'all some of the luckiest fans in the world because y'all favorite artists keep working. You know what I'm saying? And has been for decades. So, and y'all should be enjoying that, but yeah, man, I don't know. I have no clue what he's about to do, but, shout out to Marshall because he always supports, and he don't got to, dog. Mm-hmm. I'm not signed to Shady Records. You know what I'm saying? I'm not signed to Shady Records. So that man don't have to go and produce joints for me and my little bros. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to jump on, and say, oh, Crooked is the most underrated rapper in the history of hip hop. He don't have to say, oh, Crook's in my top 10 of all time. He don't got to do that. He's Eminem. He's already, his legacy is in stone, but he's doing that because one, that's how he feel, and two, he's a good dude. He's like, yo, I like your brothers. They ill. I'll produce something on them free of charge.
Whoa.
You feel me? So I always salute him. And it used to be fun to talk like this, but it ain't fun no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It used to be fun to salute him because half of the fucking industry insiders, they was trying to tear him down. You know what I'm saying? They had got on this wave where it was like, it was a wave and a trend to tear him down. So it used to be fun for me to come out and say, yeah, he won the greatest ever. They would get mad, you know what I'm saying? But now, I think they done fell back off him, you know, they leave him alone. So right now, I ain't even having no fun telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Hey, well, you know what, man? Eminem is still a beast. He is still one of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. I'm sure Styles will agree with me. Everybody here at West Coast Styles.
Oh yeah.
M is still a beast. We still look forward to albums. I grew up in the '90s in the G-Funk era, so I want lyricism. I want a balance too. But at the same time, you gotta give our greats, their flowers while they can smell them, rather, because we've seen too many already lost this year alone. Between Chadwick Boseman and Kobe Bryant,
oh my God,
Tiny Zeus Lister, the list goes on, man. So we gotta make sure we give our heroes their flowers while they can smell them.
Yeah.
I want to now, Crook. I got to get on you, man, before we get out of here. Cause I got to talk to you about your Raiders, man. I know you're still on that narcotic. It's cool, but I want to know, man, what do you think about your Raiders this year? I know they moved to Vegas from Oakland. Are you looking forward to going to watch them play when they have opportunity for fans to come in?
Well, win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, baby. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Win, lose, or draw, man. It's all here. You know what I'm saying? It's all here, baby. Man. We have flashes of being a team that can contend, and then we just play like we a high school football team against an NFL team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dog, we come out and beat the Chiefs when they was undefeated. You know what I mean? And then the next week just get blown out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I feel like we need to make some adjustments on defense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, Carr is good. I got a love-hate relationship with Carr. But I mean, we got some weapons. We got Jacobs. Our whole running back core. I love them.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And Waller, oh man. Well, let me say something real quick to Raider Nation. Man, we getting tired of y'all bringing up Waller's past every single time he scored a touchdown. Oh, what an amazing catch. What an amazing story, too. He used to be a crackhead. Like, they basically saying that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We getting tired of that. That chapter is closed in that man's life. He's on to something greater and better. Quit reminding people of his past on national television. I just had to get that off. But anyway,
as you should.
The Raiders, though, it's for life, man. It's for life. I'm an LA Raider fan, though. That's where I came into the game. You know what I mean? LA Raiders, Coliseum, the funeral home. You feel me? Yeah, man. Lao Zato. You feel me? Like
old school. Bo Jackson.
Whoa, Bo Jackson. Whoa.
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
Two quick things, man, before I let you get on out of here. I know you're a rap connoisseur. You've always been a student of the game. LL Cool J. If there was one song that you could jump on LL Cool J with, what would it be and why?
Dog, you must got a crystal ball, bro. I felt a little chill real quick when you asked that question because, and I can't say it, but I'll say this. I just sent an LL joint to one of my favorite producers and asked them to flip it. I just did that today. And you just said what you said. Out of all the rappers in the world, you picked the one rapper Oh, I just did that today. But yeah, dog, that one we gonna go crazy. It's many, my brother. LL Cool J, come on, man. Jack the Ripper, how you like me now? I'm getting busier. I'm double platinum. I'm watching you. Check out the way I say my way. I display my. Hey, man, that dude. It gets no rougher. Rhyme to the rhythm of her. Why should I give a brother time to move on? He better get another Vic to pick with or quit. Cause I'm a man. Listen, LL, one of the GOATs, of course, popularized that term, coined it damn near. And I would do anything with I could take any LL joint. You can give me any LL joint, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? He's just that guy, man. And I'm glad you brought that up because we need everybody to always keep the legends' names alive.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Absolutely. Another name I want to bring up, Ice Cube.
Oh yeah, man.
What song would you want to be on if you had an opportunity to remake or to redo an Ice Cube song or be on an Ice Cube song with him?
Man, I would have loved to have been on Jacket for Beats with him. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like we just going back and forth while them beats is switching up, you know what I'm saying? And man, there was a point in time when Ice Cube was the best rapper out, hands down. And let me tell you something. DOC is one of my favorite lyricists of all time. He must have knew how to push Ice Cube buttons. Because every time he got on a joint with DOC, he just dug a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? DOC was pushing that man pen, trust me. Because the grand finale, parental advisor. Yo, every time he jumped on the joint with DOC, we got prime time Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? And he was just one of the best. He was the best, in my opinion, at a certain time. And people couldn't stand it. But it was just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was just the best, man. But yeah, Jacket for Beats, dog. Like that right there that would be monumental to me.
Yeah, I told DOC years ago when I interviewed him, I said, man, you are the hip hop Shakespeare. You are Othello. That was a character.
For real. Yeah, that pen is almighty. High energy. Man, come on. The formula, Whirlwind Pyramid. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about things on that record in the 80s, bro, that people are just now grabbing onto.
Crook, one record, and the man is solidified forever. One record.
One record. And mentioned with all the greats. Greats. One record.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I know you're an LA guy. Lakers are back, world champions. Obviously, we in LA. Dodgers are world champions as well. You got LeBron. You got AD back in the fold. You got a new roster. Talk to me. I want to get your opinion on LeBron James, obviously being a Laker, but I also want to get your opinion on Kobe Bryant and how special that year was due to his untimely passing.
Yeah, man. We had to take that one. You know what I'm saying? We had to take that one for Mamba, man. I just, Kobe is my GOAT.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Lakers. I hear you, Chicago. I hear you talking, but Kobe is my GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And that's just flat out. I seen that man in person go 0 to 60 from the top of the key, hanging off the rim on great defenders. You know what I'm saying? Clutch shots. You know what I mean? Take on the whole defense if he had to make it happen. His killer instinct was beautiful. And such a another devastating loss, because I felt like he was about to go on to bring philosophy to the table for the world. The Black Mamba mentality, the things that he was saying, he was about to really philosophize, I'm telling you. And we kind of missed out on that. So now we just grab on the jewels he left. You know what I mean? LeBron James, he's a monster. He's a beast. Listen, I didn't like LeBron at first. You know what I'm saying? not when he first got to. I didn't like LeBron because I had to realize it's not LeBron. It's his fans and it's the commentators.
Mm-hmm.
What they would say would piss me off all the time. He's better than Kobe while Kobe was still on the court. That would piss me off. Like, and then if I tweet something like, damn, you see that shot Kobe just made? He's not better than LeBron. Somebody would. And it's like, I'm not even talking about LeBron. So I used to take all that energy and put it on LeBron. And so I didn't like LeBron till I figured out, you know what? I don't like that. Then he came to the Lakers. And I was like, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? But we need somebody high-powered because we spoil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look up in the rafters. They hanging in championships. You know what I'm saying? We spoiled out here. We want to win. So when he came, I was cool with that. But as I got to see his moves off court, I said, I respect him like on a Muhammad Ali level. His off court, all the things, building that school, standing for what he believes in. You know what I'm saying? Speaking out, using his platform. I'm like, yo, that's a cold guy right here. I could respect him. So I got a lot of love for LeBron. And man, look, since we talking about the Lakers, I'm waiting to get my Laker Kobe's done. But I got this hat, it's Laker colors. You see this? It's called Fathers in Hip Hop. I want to shout them out because they're doing a toy drive right now, you know, for fathers to be able to provide toys for the kids, you know, the fathers that's out there doing their best to you know, make ends meet, and they're raising their children, they're doing the right thing. So, you know, on Instagram you can go to @Fathers in Hip Hop and check them out. But you know, they had the Laker colors, so y'all got the shout out. It was right on time. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. Well, you know what, Crook? Thank you so much, man. You are a living legend. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure to have you on here on West Coast Styles for this exclusive. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. But before you go, if you can do us a huge favor, can you give us a shout out and do a drop for westcoaststyles.com, please, sir?
Yeah, without a doubt, man. And next time we're gonna talk about that other super group, that West Coast super group with the OGs, because I went and listened to their whole album. I can't wait till we chop that up. But yo, what's happening? It's your man Kxng Crooked, you know what I'm saying? East Side Long Beach hip hop representative, guardian of the culture, rap connoisseur. And right now, you checking out westcoaststyles.com. Your home for the real shit. Salute.
All right. That's the one and only Crooked Eye, a.k.a. Kxng Crooked. Thank you so much, bro. I'm looking forward to the album, by the way, too, man. I'm looking forward to the production on that album, too. That's going to be sick.
There's some slappers on there.
I believe you.
There's some slappers, man. Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to y'all, man. Thanks. Y'all be healthy. Be safe out there.
You too, sir.
All right, my brothers.
What time is it?